Hi everyone, in this video I'll explain how to read kanji. But at first, you need to know that kanji is not Japanese original. It actually came from Chinese language and Japan borrowed it from Chinese language. That is why almost every kanji has multi-readings. This may be difficult for some people who wants to learn Japanese language, and some of them quit early in the beginning. But don't worry, I'll give you a tip to help you throw all these difficulties away and make things very easy for you at the end of the video. But first, you need to learn some basics. As I said, almost every kanji has multi-readings. The on-yomi, on reading, which is the original Chinese reading of the kanji, and the kun-yomi, kun reading, which is the native Japanese reading of the kanji. And to make it clear for you to understand, I'll give you an example. The kanji hito is a very common kanji in Japanese language. It has 5 readings. Jin and nin are on readings, and hito, ri, and to are kun readings. Another example is the kanji se. It has 13 readings. Se and sho are on readings, and ikiru, ikasu, ikeru, umareru, umu, o, hairu, hayasu, ki, nama, umareru, umare, naru, nasu, musu, and u are kun readings. But the kanji den has only one reading, den, which is an on reading. And this applies to each and every kanji of the Japanese language. Some has one single reading, where others has multi-readings, and few has many readings. But don't worry, it is not that difficult to understand or difficult to try to memorize them all. In fact, the kanji se that has many readings may look difficult to memorize all these readings. But let me tell you this, you only have to memorize the on readings carefully, but the kun readings are very easy, though they are 11. How is that? Well, most of the kun readings are usually followed by something called furigana or hiragana characters. So, as long as you know how to read hiragana, there won't be any difficulty to try to remember the rest of the readings. Let me show you an example for the kanji se. Let's take the reading ikiru. See, once you see the kanji followed by the hiragana kiru, it will come to your mind that it is ikiru reading, and that goes for most of the kanjis that has many kun readings. And now I'll tell you how to read kanji and how to determine which reading you use. There are 4 ways to read a kanji, 3 solid rules, and 1 very rare rule with some conditions. The first rule is kanji with okurigana. When a word of 1 or more kanji followed by kana, you use the kun reading, kun-yomi, the Japanese native reading. And to make it clear, an example for this reading is the very common word iku, to go. 1 kanji followed by kana, you will use the kun reading. Another example, dekiru, can, 2 kanjis followed by kana, and both of them are read by kun reading. The second rule is multiple kanji and no okurigana. When a word contains multiple kanjis and no kana, you use the on reading, on-yomi, original Chinese reading. An example to make things clear is another common vocabulary, gaikoku, foreign country. The first kanji, gai, is read using on reading, and the second kanji, koku, is also read using the on reading, and when they're combined to form a single vocabulary, they give us gaikoku, which is read using the on reading. Another example, daigakusei, university student. All the kanjis are read using the on reading. The third rule is single kanji and no okurigana. When a word with a single kanji without kana attached to it, you use the kun reading, kunyomi, the Japanese native reading, first, then the on reading, onyomi, the original Chinese reading. An example to make things clear is the kanji kuni, country. When it is alone, it is read using the kun reading, but the kanji den has no kun reading. Actually, it has one single on reading, which makes things easy for you to remember. And then there are some kanjis that can be read using on reading or kun reading, depending on the topic of the text or the conversation. An example for that is this kanji, which can be read kin using the on reading to mean gold, or kane using the kun reading to mean money. The fourth rule is multiple kanji with kun readings or mixed on and kun readings. When a word contains a kanji that is commonly used as prefixes or suffixes are read using on reading, even when combined with a word that is read with kun reading. An example to make things clear is the common word daisuki, very likable. The kanji dai is used as a prefix and read using the on reading, followed by the word suki, love, which is read using the kun reading. Another example is kimochi, feeling. The kanji ki is used as a prefix and read using the on reading, followed by the word mochi, hold, is read using the kun reading, and together they make the word kimochi, feeling, a single word using an on and kun reading. And another example is kodomo. Both kanji uses kun reading, but in this case, the kanji domo is usually written using kana, so this word won't be confusing to readers. There are some readings called non-standard readings, which do not follow any standard readings of the kanji they use. Fortunately, these readings are very few and are easy to remember since they are very common and are used in daily life conversations. And an example for the non-standard readings are the very common words kyo, today, ashita, tomorrow, and kino, yesterday. 1. Kanji with okurigana use kun reading. 2. Multiple kanji with no okurigana use on reading. 3. One single kanji use kun reading first, then on reading, but sometimes the topic can decide which reading to use if the kanji has multiple meanings. 4. Multiple kanjis with okurigana use both readings, kun and un, if the word contains a kanji used as prefixes or suffixes. Finally, the tip I told you I would give it to you at the end of the video is, do not learn readings, learn words. Of course, you will learn the kanji readings, but do not concentrate too much trying to remember each and every reading of each and every kanji. It will definitely be difficult for someone who is beginner. Instead, try to remember the meaning of the kanji and the most common vocabularies related to the kanji, so that whenever you see a kanji in a text, you'll remember its meaning and the vocabularies related to the kanji. There it will pop up to your mind the reading and the meaning of the kanji, and by the time it will be more and more easier for you to read kanji in an instant. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a like, and tell me your opinion about the video in the comments.